Good morning. 5:45, something like that again. We got a few things to get ready to head to Berkey. Somebody shipped me a whole bunch of goodies. I'm putting them in the office. Thank you. We made it. Seems like I was just here, like 5 hours ago. We're gonna throw some plot bags out and get stuff ready to go. Good morning, 8RX 370. Did you sleep good? Are you cooled down yet? Still warm. Yeah, it's still warm. Okay, we've got to drop our tank to do this plot, and I really don't even need it to plant the rest of anything down here, so we're just gonna back it up and drop it right there in the field a little bit, and yeah, it's all good. So we are getting ready to plant our plot here. This is basically the same as what we did up to Waldron a couple weeks ago, just on a smaller scale. I think we've got 10 or 12 hybrids that we're going to put in here. I've got space for 12, so no more than that. But we put 8 rows of each, so 2 hybrids per planter pass. We clean them out on both ends and put different varieties in there. We're trying to compare them to see which ones perform the best in our environment, our soil types, our weather patterns this particular year. So we have to get all of the seed out of the meters and change varieties every time. So I'm taking out the stuff that was in them from planting last night in the rest of the field. We've got the blower fan for our CCS tanks turned off. I pull the little elbows out of here, and then all that seed's got to come out, and then we just pour a little bit in each of these little mini hoppers and plant one pass, and we can put enough seed in there to do that. So this is what we're doing. Well, it's hard to film because I'm working and busy, but we're over half done with this plot. We've got plant back that way, everything's loaded up, and then we've got 2 more planter changes. One more round and we'll be done. Last pass of the plot here. We got a hawk. Where'd he go? There he is. Just sitting there watching, waiting for a mouse. Plot is done. We got the planter folded up. We've got that 13 acres to plant over there yet. We're gonna go do that real quick, but we've got this truck here that we're done with. So I'm going to take that back to the farm just so it's there and not sitting in the field. It'll stay there until we get a chance to do something with it. We don't really need it for anything anytime soon, so it may be there for a while. Brock is gonna pick me up with the pickup, bring me back over to the field, and then he is heading back and going home. He has to work tonight and didn't want to stick around, and that's fine. I don't have anything for him to do really anyway, so if he wants to go, he can go. Aren't even gonna use the baby field cultivator this year. Oh well. No. We've got that field cultivator there. We've had it for a long time. We have used it in the past, and the idea was to bring it down here and then just bring the tractor and the disc down and do all the tillage with that one tractor. The problem with that is that it takes too much time, and we want to come down here and just do it and be done with it and get it over with, because we don't have the big of a window to plant. Like yesterday and today were our days, and so we bring the big tractor and we do it all in one day instead of taking 3 or 4 days to do it with the little field cultivator. It is what it is. It is nice to have in some of our fields up to Waldron where we have electric poles and small weird shaped fields that the big one is sort of cumbersome, so I don't know, is it worth keeping it around for that? I don't know. Thanks, Brock, see you later. Thanks, Tony, see you later. Alright, now we gotta go finish planting. Oh, stop beeping at me. We gotta go finish planting our 13 acres. If I wasn't so lazy, I would have done it last night, but I'm lazy, so I didn't do it. Finally got the end rows done. This is kind of a odd shaped field. It's oddly enough called the Crick Flats. That's our name for this field, but it has more elevation change than any other field we farm down here to Berkey. You can see across the road is just tabletop flat all the way across the whole mile. And then you cross the road and all of a sudden there's a big drop off there down to the Crick Flats, I guess. I don't know, but Here's the shape of the field. And what do we got? 6 acres done already out of the 13 I think that's in here, just doing endros, so this won't take very long. Once we're done here, we're going to go back over and pick up our tank that I left sitting over there by the trees. We're going to throw as much dirt into our tracks as we can get in there, and then make the long, slow trip back to Waldron. Should be back there by noon-ish, about noon. It's a little wet right there, just that one little spot. There's a broken tile that bleeds out the side of that hill. Basically, all the time, all year, there's going to be a wet spot there. We just farm through it. Well, there's my seed bin is almost empty warning. We're at 11.66, so we're going to have plenty of seed. I was really concerned we were going to run out, so I threw all those empty or open plot bags on the planter, and we aren't going to need any of them, so that's all right. We'll use them up. I usually short myself 10 to 20 bags of corn because I know that I'm going to have leftover plot seed, and the plot take up some space, and just so I don't have a bunch of extra stuff laying around. So we will throw those in at the end to make up for that, I suppose. But yeah, carry them back to Waldron now again, I guess. Jack's going to get to ride for two passes, one round. Finally made it. Done. We're done planting corn in Berkey. Alright, we gotta go get our tank, head out of here, and go see what's going on up to Waldron. I hope Phil's planting beans. He should be. Dad left with the field cultivator quite a while ago, so hopefully he's running that and getting the next fields ready for us. We do have 2 fields that were worked before the rain that should by now be dry enough that we can just go plant them. So if nothing else, we're gonna do that. The train is hooked up and ready to leave. I threw a whole bunch of dirt in there, so hopefully it'll keep them lubed up for a little while. We'll grab my talc bucket that Jack threw in his truck. I'm going to take that with me, and we'll stop and throw some of that in a couple times, but let's get out of here. Stop number 1. Yeah, it's about the temperature they run, 140, 150. It's still not super hot out, so we're not terribly warm, and I've slowed down a little more. We're only going 17, 18 miles an hour, so throw some talc in. Yeah, this side's a little hotter, 160 there. We'll throw some talc in and keep moving. Oh, road construction and tractors, not good, not good. We're back. We've got a bit of a traffic jam in our driveway. All right, so we're getting ready to load the planter up to go to what I've decided is the next field, where Dad's working now. I'm taking all those plot bags off because, well, I need to throw them in and just plant them out. I want to do it in one spot where they're all together, and yeah, I'm being picky. I'm also going to empty out what's in the planter now because it's 111-day corn, and I'm about to put 102-day in, so I don't really want to mix those two together. So we're going to clear that out. We'll throw what's left, there's not much, on that pallet, and then we'll just blend it all on the last field is what we're going to end up doing. It's quite hot out today. Let's just say 87. Whew. I've got the planter loaded up. We've got some seed on. We've got enough fertilizer for all of what we're going to go do here. However, we're doing 2 different varieties of seed. So I'm going to take the other variety over on the seed tender and park it where I think I'm going to need it. And we'll plan out what we've got on the planter, and then we'll put this in. This will be more than enough to do all that field. So that's how we're going to do it, right or wrong. It's how we're doing it. I should also mention Phil is attempting to plant beans. We had just a small field, 24 acres or something, that he was able to work up yesterday and was planting this morning, but he blew a hydraulic hose on the tractor. And so he's been trying to get that fixed, and last I talked to him was on his way to get a hose made up. So hopefully he can get that back up and running and back together, and then we can get that field planted and then disc. We need to disc. We have lots and lots and lots of disking to do. It needs to be moving, so hopefully he gets to that. So this warm weather has been great for getting crops to, or the ground to dry out. It's also good for getting the stuff that we have planted to grow And I know you guys can't see it, but I can. I can row that corn. It is coming up. Oh, that's a relief. I have not had much time to get out and walk and look at stuff. And so, yeah, it's there. Just barely, but it's there. Yeah, we need to do that. We need to go and see how things are emerging, whether we have issues with crusting or not. But right now the priority is getting stuff planted, so that's what we're doing. Here's the next field. So I parked the seed tender. Dad's here. I'm gonna ride back with him because he is just about done on the other side of the house over here. Well, most of this looks okay. Some of it, there's a spot over there by that lane that's, it's plenty wet. But you guys remember early in the year, I said you don't let the last 5% of the field hold you up when 95% of it is ready to go. Well, that equation is starting to change the later into May that we get here. We're probably to a 90-10 ratio now. Don't let the last 10% of the field hold you up. So you do some things you wouldn't in April, but we got to get the crops in the ground. And the forecast is calling for rain tomorrow and Sunday and more next week. So we may not get a lot more opportunity to get stuff planted. So we're going to do it. Okay, off we go. Anna's over there hanging out in the hammock. I tried getting her to come ride with me, but she's being a bum, so maybe one of these days. Phil just here was getting some tools. He's got a hose made up and gonna try and fix that other tractor, so hopefully he can finish. And then that one needs to go. That one needs to be moving. So Dad was gonna grab something to eat and do that. So we're good. We got 95-ish acres to do over on this 4 fields where we're going, but it's 4 fields. Back to planting and doing good. We've got fertilizer in that I can see through again. That's super nice. That stuff, everything we did yesterday and this morning was that Black Label zinc, and I couldn't see it at all, but all is good, all is working. And yeah, we're putting seed in the ground. So there's not a lot here. This field's only, I don't know, 15, 17 acres, something like that. There's like 30 acres here total between these 2 fields, both sides of the lane, and then we got 65 just down the road that we're gonna do. So yeah. Hey, I have a complaint with you guys. See this? Can you read this? You can't read that. Hold on, I'm gonna make it so you can read it. There we go. This is my YouTube analytics for my video that I posted this morning, 7 hours and 2 minutes ago. Why aren't you watching it? 9 out of 10. Like, that's not good. This was a great video that I put a ton of work into. It's got an 8RX in the picture. It even says 8RX in the title. That used to be all it took to get you guys to watch a video, and now none of you are watching it. What's going on? See? The fire video had 7,000 views by this time. This one only has 3.5 thousand. Like, what's going on? Watch my videos, guys. Come on. You're killing me here. Well, we're making it through this other field. Our seed tanks are just about empty, so we are going to have to go over there and fill up pretty quick, and I don't think we're going to have quite enough to finish this field. It is quite an odd-shaped field. I'll show you a map here. We've got a few of these, right? So we're gonna finish these little short rows, and we got this little point there, and then we'll be done. I don't think we've got enough seed in there to do all of that, but we'll be close. There's not very much left. Oh, I think we're out of seed, or at least needs to be leveled off. Let's go see. We leveled them up. We can plant 2 more rounds probably. Emptying another box. Only 2 more boxes with seed in it after I get this one empty. That's a good thing. I love that I can reverse the auger on this seed tender and empty it out, get all the seed out. Super easy. That's so nice. Okay, I don't know what we've got left here, like 4 or 5 passes or something, and they're real short rows. And then we're gonna move a mile down the road to the next field. It sounds like my sister's gonna come ride. My sister Anna, who she's been on the channel before, but it's been quite a while. She's got a pretty cool internship she's getting ready to leave for this summer, so I'll let her tell you guys all about that. Hey, look, it's Anna. Hey, look, it's Anna. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, we are getting started here on this field. This is a notoriously wet field. This field was not fall chisel plowed because it was too wet after we took the means off. Now, a lot of our fields were that way, so that doesn't say a whole lot. But right up here in front of us, there's a big wet spot that somebody that drives for us, not me and not Brock and not anybody that works for us now, got a tractor stuck worse than we have ever gotten a tractor stuck in that hole. So we will be going around that one. There's another big spot up over there that I would be shocked if we were able to get through it. We will see. The rest of the field actually looks like it fit up really nice, but this was just bean stubble. Phil came and disked it yesterday, and then Dad hit it with the field cultivator today. If this corn does halfways decent, I kind of like that system, eliminating the ripper pass, but I'm skeptical of the deeper compaction, so we will see. We will see. Hey, Anna, you want to see something cool?
Sure.
Okay, watch. Just watch. Did you watch this morning's video?
Yeah.
Oh, so you already saw Dad's reaction?
Oh no, I saw your Instagram story the other day.
Oh, okay. Well, I still think it's cool. We better mark that rock for Brock. Oh, there's another one. We'll put a mark right in the middle. You'll find them both that way.
I'm gonna make him come back and get the rocks.
The thing is, this field's 10 miles away, so we're probably not going to pick up those rocks. And it's a rented farm that is just not. This is not a good farm. I mean, we've had good crops on it, but it's wet. There's fence rows everywhere. It's cut up. It's not a great farm. Anyway, it's all good. We are getting past that wet hole. I had to kind of plant some end rows on both sides of it. We've planted behind it. Now we've got to go to the front and finish planting in front of it. And then we keep working that way. There is indeed a wet spot over there that I can see Dad went around, so we're to the point where we have made the decision that we have to plant around the wet spots because they aren't going to get any better. Alright, so Anna's riding. You have to be on YouTube because you're riding.
Hi everybody.
So, she's been on before, but it's been a while since she's been on YouTube.
I've been busy.
She has.
Now
Doing what?
Well, I was in school.
Right, so you just finished your...
Junior year.
At?
Michigan State University.
And you passed? Did you get your grades back?
Yeah, I made the dean's list this semester.
You're trying too hard. Trying too hard. That's what I always said. If you always go into a class and you take the first exam without studying at all and see how you do. If you do really well, then you know you don't have to study for any of them. If you do really crappy, then you might want to try a little harder for the next ones. But
no, you have to try really hard on the first one, so you don't have to try hard on the next ones.
No. Anyway, so you're home for...
Like 3 weeks. It's awesome. I have 0 things to do.
Right.
No responsibilities.
I tried getting her to do stuff for me. She wasn't interested.
This is good enough.
Okay. And then you're going to?
This summer I have an internship with Anheuser-Busch.
Right.
In Arkansas.
Right.
So that'll be interesting. I'm an agronomy intern.
Agronomy intern, so not a brewing intern, but...
No, I won't be on a brewing site, unfortunately.
Right. But so she's going to Arkansas, and they grow rice in Arkansas. Anything else, or is it all rice there?
I mean, I'm sure they grow other things.
But I mean it for the Anheuser-Busch.
I will be dealing with rice.
Okay.
Specifically.
Which we know nothing about rice, right?
Nope.
So that'll be interesting. Maybe I can come down and you can give YouTube a tour.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Can we do that?
Maybe.
I don't know. See how much pull the interns have 3 weeks into their jobs.
Maybe I'll make a YouTube video, and then you can just all go watch it.
Send it to me.
Or that.
And I'll post it.
Yeah. Whatever.
Nobody watches your channel.
Well, it's
You haven't posted a video in 5 years.
3.
3. All right. We'll get back to Anna in a minute, but this field, there's actually the guy that lives in this house owns a lot here, and it is signified by these fence posts. This one at least is in the right spot where I can just kind of swerve around it. It's not right in the middle of the tractor and a planter pass, so that's kind of nice. I don't know if I have to swerve on this one or not. Yeah, a little bit. He just replaced the post because we may or may not have knocked it over before, so we should try and not knock it over again. I hate posts out in the fields. I get it why they're there. They're just, yeah, they're a pain to go around sometimes. So there's another one over there. It's yellow. That one is not quite so not in the middle of a planter pass, but our rows run the other way there, so we can manage that one too. All right, guys, so I am sitting here and doing a little math and figuring, right? So we've got about 40 acres left to plant here in these two fields. Just making sure my tractor's actually going to turn because there's trees right there and I don't want to hit them. It did, rather abruptly. A little aggressive. Calm yourself. Anyway, so we've got about 2 hours left to finish these fields. It is almost a quarter till 6 right now, so it's going to be about 8 o'clock when we are done. We will then need to load up to go to the next field. Yeah, whatever. So I've got another 30 acres that I intend to plant tonight. That's what the seed in the planter should do. That puts us pushing 10 o'clock. At that point, we will be down to 200 acres of corn to plant total once I get that 30 acres done. That's good. We can do that in a day easily. Here's the problem. Watch. See that? That's the forecast. So we're here today, Friday. 85 degrees, mostly sunny. I haven't been outside in a while, but I imagine it's 85 degrees outside. It's beautiful. Tomorrow, 82, 70% chance of storms. And when you click on this, it says partly cloudy in the morning, chance of showers and thunderstorms early in the afternoon, showers likely and a chance of thunderstorms in the late afternoon. And when you go to the little hourly, which I think is a joke, but we'll do it anyway, you can scroll down, 20% chance at 6 a.m. That's unlikely. 20, 10, right there. 70% chance of rain at 5 p.m. tomorrow. In order to be done planting by 5 p.m. tomorrow, I kind of need to work most all night. Do I want to work all night? Do I want to work? Do you want to plant corn tonight? You can pull the night shift. I'll do the day shift. You do the night shift.
I don't think you should trust me with the tractor.
Especially in the middle of the night, having never driven it before.
That's facts.
That's probably true. How important is it that we finish planting corn before it rains tomorrow? I'm gonna have a baby in like 2 weeks. Or less. I don't want to do it.
Will you finish on Sunday?
Not if it rains tomorrow. It's supposed to rain more on Sunday. It's looking like it's going to be a long night, boys. Oh.
No.
We just finished the other field. Starting in here, there's 25 acres or something like that.
I'm going to head home in like 10 minutes. So.
What do you think of my cool new tractor?
I like it a lot. It's very cool. I feel very honored
to
sit here. I got cool family members.
True. Alright, she has to go.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell people where you're going? No.
Birthday party!
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
Thanks for coming to ride.
You're welcome. Bye, YouTube. I'll see you, I don't know, next week.
I love it when full planter passes work out just right. Just right. We are just about ready to wrap it up here. We got 1.5 more rounds to do. And we've got another one in the books. So it's 7:45. We're going to go back. We're going to load the planter up and keep planting here. I think I have a plan for the night. It's going to be a late one, but I don't know that we're going to go all night. But we're going to plant the next 30 acres that I have seed in there for, or should have seed in there for. And then we're going to go plant a 65 acre piece that is already worked up, ready to go, or it was before, that I think should go. That's the plan, but we'll see. All right, we are done here. We are almost 10 miles from the farm, so before we head out, I'm gonna scoop some dirt into the tracks just to, yeah, because. I don't know if you can see him sitting in the shadows, but there's Dad just finished up the tillage on our last field. That one we're going to plant in the morning. Good deal. That's it. That's all we need. Like 300 gallons. Dad's going to take me over to get the seed tender. All right, we got the tender brought back. I threw a couple of bags, open bags, full-ish, on the planter just in case we run out. We should have enough to do this field, but it's going to be close, so I threw a couple bags on. 32 acres, 31 point something. This one should take about an hour and a half. It is, there's no clock. Come on. Tell me what time it is. 8:54, 9 o'clock, so 10:30 we'll be done. Once we are done with this one, my plan is to load up and do another 65 tonight. If we can do that, we can finish tomorrow. We'll only have 140 to do tomorrow, so let's see what we can do. Oh, it's gonna be a late one, guys. It's gonna be a late one. It's all right. There's our field shape. You can see we've got lots of variation in here. We've got lots of elevation change. You can't really see the color variation in the dirt, but it's very dark dirt, very light dirt. There's a reason that this area is all green. It's this low ground, nice black dirt, muck, and then you get along the edges and there's trees and there's clay knobs, and it's a whole lot of variation in this one. So it does appear we've got a wet spot over there along those trees on the far side of this field. So we'll have to be real extra careful over there. Other than that, we shouldn't have any problems. This won't take that long. Let's get it done. I think that's wet. This is going to get a little sketchy. Clearly, Dad went through all of this, so he must have been fine, but this is... I don't like being here in the dark. It's gonna be sketchy. Don't worry, if I get stuck, you'll be the first to know about it. Well, I know stuff doesn't always show up the best at night and on the camera and stuff here, but it is super wet right across the middle of that, which is unfortunate because it's the dark green area right in front of us. But you can see I put a little bit of an end rose in there going across right here. And we are not even going to drive through that. We're turning around short of it. We're staying the heck out of there. Dad actually called me right as I was planting this little end rose to say, hey, that's really wet. You should stay out of it. Call me when you get stuck. Okay, I will. Thanks. Confidence. He's got confidence in me. So, no, we'll be fine. But we're doing the stuff in the back half here. And then we'll finish up the front when we're done here. I just had to get out and level the seed tanks off. We're getting low on seed. I think we've got enough to finish this. If not, the 2 bags that I threw on will be plenty. But we've got a pretty stiff, I shouldn't say that, but we've got an east wind, a good breeze out there. And anytime we get an east wind around here, it usually means it's because there's a low pressure system out west that is moving this way and bad weather is coming. So more incentive to keep planting. Well, it wasn't quick enough to get the camera out, and we did not get stuck, but that was close. So one thing I'm learning about this tractor is that when you turn, it pulls power away from the inner rear track. And, I mean, yeah, okay, that's how tractors turn, but it's just, you're more likely to get stuck if you're turning. That's what I'm telling you, because when I was turning, I was slowing down rapidly. If I straightened the wheel out, we jerked forward because all the tracks started driving again. So, yeah, that was interesting. But this is the last pass. We got the field done, 30 acres, and there's an acre and a half there in that center hole that we're not going to get. So we're going to head back. It is 10:29, 10:30, just like I said it would be. And we're going to load up as fast as possible and keep planting. We're loading. That light is super nice to have. I've got my boron and zinc in here. Whoop. Sucking that out. Put a little water into down. We're about out of boron, and I think we've got plenty of zinc. Pump a little water to flush the lines, and then we'll have our fertilizer loaded up. We got to get seed yet. Seed going in. I know I should be over it by now, but it always amazes me when I come out just about perfect on seed. We did not run out, but you can't have less in there and not run out. Or not very much anyway. I mean, we weighed it out and put in what we need, and that's awesome. So you'll notice that this is all pink. It's the same variety. It is not a blended refuge, so it's a solid color. It doesn't have the green and pink mixed together. It's just all pink. All right, so this is stuff that was worked down before the rains, so it's smooth, but it's got a solid crust on top of it, and we're just floating across, and it's actually planting really nice. There are some spots in the back that are a little bit wet. This is that field that drops off, so we've got a sand ridge that runs across it, and then it drops off into some river bottom ground in the back. And there was a spot or two that we're going to have to plant around, but most of it's in good shape. So there is 65 acres in here. We are 6 acres into it. Should take me about 3 hours, and we should be done about 3 a.m. I'm doing surprisingly well, considering the fact that I got 4 hours of sleep last night. But this is that planting sprint that I've talked about before, you know. Harvest is a marathon, planting is a sprint. You got to do it when you can. And this is our window, so we're in the home stretch. We're going to finish tomorrow. But it's taken some effort to get there. It's not dry. You're just starting out. It's fine. It's fine. See, told you it wasn't dry. It is just after 1 o'clock. We've got 30 acres done. We're just about halfway. We're right on track for that 2:30 to 3 o'clock finish time. Hopefully I can be home and in bed by 3. I am fading fast. I'm getting tired. It's hard to stay awake from one end of the field to the other, so I gotta find something on my phone. I just got done editing tomorrow morning's YouTube video, the one you're watching right now, but we'll have to add a few clips yet here and there. So yeah, I started here. We're working our way across this shorter rows, and then we got to go back and finish some long rows on the other side. Here's a little bit of that spot where it's damp on top, but it's not soft. We can plant through that, no problem. Over there, it might be a little softer. We're gonna make the next pass and see how it goes. But this here, we just float across it. It might not be ideal conditions, but the seed's in the ground. It's gonna grow. There's relatively high likelihood that we get a pounding big rain between now and harvest that drowns that spot out again anyway. So yeah, it's not the end of the world. Not that I'm saying we want to do it wrong, but I am saying that it is now the 14th, 13th of May. There's rain coming and the crop has to get planted. It is time to do it. All right, well, we're getting down to the end of this field. We've got just 2 rounds left, I think, after this pass. And never fails, you end up on the wrong side of the field, so I'm going to end up in the back and have to drive all the way up, but that's okay. So we've had ourselves a day again. We did over 200 acres, 208, 210, something like that. We've done dang near 500 acres in the last 2 days, and that's pretty awesome. So we are down to a 40-acre piece, a 95-acre piece, and technically there's 15 acres over here that's the little triangle field that's always underwater. I bet we could plant half of it tomorrow, so we might do that. So less than 150, probably closer to 140 to go. We should be able to get her done tomorrow easily. It is now 2:19 a.m. I do not want to have to stay up any later than possible, than absolutely necessary. So meaning as soon as I'm done, I'm driving this back to the farm, getting in my truck and going home and going to bed, which means my YouTube video needs to be done before that. So I'm going to just go ahead and wrap her up right now. You guys are going to miss out on the last 15 minutes of planting. Sorry. Anyway, thank you for watching this one. I know it was long again. Have a great night. Tomorrow, the last day of corn planting. Hopefully, assuming everything goes well and the rain holds off for us long enough. Oh, and there's the drama. The seed bin is almost empty. What do we got acres done in this field? 57. We've got 8 to go-ish. Gonna be close. Good thing I got those extra couple bags up there yet. I probably need to level the tanks out anyway. But anyway, yeah, we're still wrapping this up. Hit that like button on this video for me, please. I appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we'll see you again in the morning.